We all want safe and comfortable places to live. After all, those are the basic ingredients for a good quality of life. But climate change and more extreme weather events are posing new challenges, rendering some homes unfit for their purpose. And whilst there is an opportunity to retrofit and build new homes that are more energy efficient, cleaner to run, cheaper to run, and overall more resilient, no two homes are the same, no two communities are the same. And if this transition is going to be truly inclusive, we also need to make sure that it's affordable too. Richard Hall is an indigenous leader from New Hawk Nation in Bella Coola on British Columbia's west coast. And he is tackling this problem head on and pioneering a brand new, incredible programme. I caught up with him earlier, and this is the Everything Electric Show.
Love everything electric? Then join us live in Canada this September, the South in October, and Australia and London in 2025.
Richard has 35 years of experience as a home builder and inspector, affording him an encyclopedic knowledge of best and worst practices in British Columbia. And he observed that homes in the New Hawk Nation are particularly vulnerable to windy conditions up to 160 kilometres an hour and wet conditions owing to the Pacific Northwest rainy season, introducing moisture and mould to properties, often rendering them uninhabitable and contributing to the housing crisis. And the impact of this housing crisis is profound. Many families are living in uninhabitable and overcrowded conditions or leaving the community in search of better living conditions. So equipped with this 35 years of experience, Richard put pen to paper to establish the West Coast Building Standard for Indigenous and coastal communities to create affordable, culturally appropriate and energy efficient homes. Additionally, he has been the mastermind behind a home construction programme to teach community members how to build to this new standard.
So what are the specific challenges in terms of housing facing Indigenous communities here in Canada?
I think high costs, and that equates to shortages, and that equates to overcrowding and everything else like that. Lack of funding because of high costs, poor designs, climatically and regionally. And like I said, no support for trades dollars to train our own people to do the work, and the lack of professional people on reserve, and simply poor designs, and contractors coming in and using cheap products to line their pockets, and industry doing the same, creating material that not suitable for west coast of BC. Architects using that material, not really understanding that moisture is so. A lot of things are related to that, but high costs and lack of funding, lack of education support are key.
And what exactly is the West Coast Building Standard?
It's a booklet I created with materials most suitable for the elements. It's most suitable for our lifestyle, and at the same time, it prolongs the life expectancy of the home. And it rolled out to be a energy efficient, culture appropriate home and building standard, with more durable, more sustainable products, and the most affordable solution I could come up with. Like I said, putting a pen to paper was. I'm not a I'm not an educated man. You know, I went to grade 7. After that, I stopped learning. That's when they put me in the residential school, and I learned other ways to defend myself. I learned to protect myself. I stopped learning education-wise. Just now lived in survival mode to get day by day by day. That's why, for me, it was hard to go to school to become a carpenter. It's hard for me to go to school to become an inspector, knowing that they already instilled in my mind that I was nothing, that I was too stupid to do anything. But I really believed that until I went back to school. And now with our guys that went to school, I said, you know what? I failed. Everybody fails. It's just an opportunity to learn more about yourself and do something, do what you need to do. to get through what you're going through. So don't give up. You
Mm.
know, I tell that to my apprentices. I tell the people I work with. I tell that to my young youth I mentor, where I mentor. I says, too easy. It's too easy to give up.
Mm. And it sort of shows that education is a route to dignity and power, and someone removing a right to education is just unspeakable. Yeah.
Now that's sad, sad, sad. Our children suffer for what we went through, but it's getting better.
The West Coast Building Standard offers standardised designs for homes that minimise waste and cost. These designs feature centrally located plumbing and standardised window, door and room sizes. The standard also provides guidance for better insulation and ventilation, wheelchair accessibility and universal design principles. Durable finishes and materials are recommended to prevent moisture ingress and ensure long life expectancy for the homes. These include mould-resistant drywall, waterproof vinyl flooring, radiant heat floors and triple-paned windows for superior thermal performance. Homes built to this standard achieve energy efficiency of Step Code Level 3 and are significantly cheaper to operate. However, the standard recognises that flexibility and commitment to the long-term future is crucial. Ongoing training ensures that for aspects where standardised designs and components aren't ideal, homes can leverage a local supply chain for materials, technology and skilled labour.
Once I found the right solution, these homes are costing me $1.50 a day to run. Normally $12 to $15 a day, but with the application process and the air tightness and that, and teaching the guys building science, it costs us $1.50 a day for a 6,000 square foot building to run.
Oh my goodness.
It's a win-win in my mind, and I was profoundly blown away by that. And I said, "Holy crap, that is a solution."
And in developing the education programmes and the West Coast Building Standard, what's been the biggest challenge to making all of this possible?
Obtaining the funding, not only for their sponsorship, but for the education of the trades, and having the government understand that we're not helpless. We can do this ourselves and take responsibility for ourselves and what we have. And I think that in the political arena on First Nations, you heard me say it earlier, um, the system has oppressed us for hundreds of years. They taught us very well to oppress each other. So realigning people's minds to take some responsibility for themselves and do what they have to do to get a career, to get the education, and let go the government strings like we're puppets, right? And do it in yourselves, take ownership of who we are and what we are. And I got tired of talking to my elders. It was like falling upon deaf ears. That's why I target the youth and the children and the schools to create the education system so they know their roles and responsibilities of their future.
And what do you hope to happen next? How do you continue to evolve the programme and what would you like to see happen?
Well, I'd like to see that education curriculum roll out and begin to flourish across Canada and for the world, that for that matter. It's well received. And I presented it to the provincial government, and they said, "Holy smokes, you're going to change industry." Yeah, I hope to. Like I said, the 38 years, I said, I have to put a pen to paper so they don't have to reinvent the wheel. We have the wheel. Let's use it and learn from it because it's a good toolbox. And I wish more people would do this. And people are grasping this now that, yeah, I got to leave something for the future.
An inclusive clean energy transition is absolutely essential. Cleaner, more affordable, sustainable homes demonstrably improve quality of life. But this requires an approach that's tailored to specific communities and their very specific needs. But what we've also seen here today is that education and access to the right tools empowers and dignifies. Richard, by packaging up and sharing his knowledge, experience and reflections, is empowering the next generation in his community. And that is such an important part of this clean energy transition, and something which I can hope we all try to emulate. Please do let us know what you think in the comments. Please do like and subscribe. And if you have been, thank you for watching.